Yeah.
Man, what's going on, man?
Yeah. What's up, bro?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much.
You
Y'all
already know what
excuse,
time it is, huh?
yes, y'all excuse all the technical difficulties going on. You know,
Mm-hmm. Damn bump that. There you go again. Hey, soon as he said y'all excuse the technical difficulties going on.
man, what in the? Let me switch my microphone.
It's not the mic though. I think you can you hear me? No, you can't even hear me. Can you hear me now? He's muted. Ooh. Sorry, guys. Hey, we trying to make this happen for you guys, but for whatever reason, as soon as he gets started, it shuts him out. You might need an update of. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. You muted.
I don't know what's going on with this crazy thing, man.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Um.
I don't know what's going on
Okay.
with.
You might want to give us like 10, 15 minutes. You might. Is there anything you might need updated, like the software or your computer?
Man, we just gonna roll with this one right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
I
I'm
can
with it.
look. I can look on the other side with it and everything. So we just roll with it like this.
Let's go ahead and roll with it. Technical difficulty solved.
Man, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to check it out after a while. I don't know why it keep kicking off. But while we
Mhm.
talking, everybody, hey, welcome to real. Oh man, I'm finna say the wrong one. Welcome to open mic night.
Open mic. Whoa, whoa. Welcome everybody. Glad you're here. Don't know
Yeah,
how long it's gonna go, but I'm telling you, the energy levels are already down, but we're gonna push through.
we're gonna push
We're
through
gonna
it, man.
push through it.
I'm gonna cut my camera off while you talk, Neil, because I'm put my other camera on. Try to anyway.
All right. Give us a little bit of time, guys. We're getting together. What's up, Laura? What is going on, Laura? March. I be getting your name wrong ever since I met you. I hope all is going well with you up there on the
Yeah,
west
I know it's all.
side.
I got to plug into the computer.
Hope all is good. Guys, everybody that's listening right now, while Carl is getting ready, let me give you a little motivation. See, everybody's life, everybody has a turn back moment. The turn back moment is when you get to a certain period in your life and something happened to where you have to turn around and look at what happened in your past. When you get to a certain point in time in your life, it's like you got to figure out which way to go. But that moment, it gives you one chance to say, I came from this and now I'm here. I came from that and now I'm here. God saved me from that. God saved me from whatever the devil meant for my worst. And but now I'm here. And so whatever you face and whatever obstacle in your life, whatever storm is on your shoulders, right? Hear what I'm saying. Whatever you're going through, it could be family, it can be job, it can be health, it can be financial, it can be anything. I want you to look back and see what God has brought you from. Look back and see where God has brought you to. Look back and see where you are going. We got a lot of people leaving this earth fast and with the quickness. Have a lot of people that's getting their lives cut short for whatever reason. It could be a health. It could be because of whatever's going on in the streets. It can be whatever's going on in the family at the job. But I want you to understand that when you look back and see what it is that God has saved you from and see where you at now, you have a choice to make. And it's time for you to make that choice and move forward. Carl, we back?
Man, I'm back, man. I'm back. I'm back.
We back. We back. I had to give them a little
I'll mess with that
motivation.
daggone computer later on, man. I just
That's
got to make
cool.
sure I use it to end the live with it.
Right. We good. We good with it. Well, we here. We are here. We
Yeah,
are here.
y'all excuse
Talk to us.
it's technical difficulties going on. But you know what? You know what, Neil, I have always found out is that when you try to do something that's good, man, that's what they do. That's
Mm-hmm.
what happens, man. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm up under my son page right there to be smooth. So I ain't be smooth. So
Mm-hmm. Oh, he be smooth. He created Be Smooth. He was the first Be Smooth.
he was the first.
He was the
So
first.
we up under I'm up under that right now. And while we talking and everything, I'm thinking I switch while we doing that. But yeah, man, it's all good, y'all. Welcome to open mic night. Y'all just,
Mhm.
excuse all the technical difficulties going on. It's like that when you're trying to do something right.
Right. Always get in the way, but we're good. We're gonna find a way. Mhm.
And we're gonna roll with it. Boom, there we go.
There it is. Figured it out. There it is. There it is. Oh, got the chat over there to the right. That's a new feature.
Yeah, that's a new feature.
Hey, shoot. StreamYard coming up in the world. Coming up in the world. Got the
Yeah,
text
man. So
chat over there to the
hope
right.
everybody had a great day out here in this and in what they call the internet streets.
In the internet streets. Oh, the
But yeah,
YouTubian.
man.
Hey! What
Uh,
did Dr. Umar say? Call them the YouTubian struggle screamers.
oh
Oh, I
man.
love that so much. The
Oh yeah.
YouTubian struggle screamers.
That's it, man. That is it, bro.
We ain't talking
That
about y'all. Y'all loyal. We ain't talking about whoever listening to this. We ain't talking about you guys.
nah, nah.
Mhm.
We ain't talking about y'all at all. But it's crazy
No,
how
we
this it just messed up and just stopped all of a sudden.
yeah. We're good. We good. We still about to get it started.
Yeah. Everybody coming in, we welcome each and every one of you all for just jumping on and hanging in there with us during these little difficult times right here.
Right.
Let me get it, people love. What's going on? What's going on, Laura? What's going on?
Oh, I like
Man,
that. I like it shows
yeah.
the face now instead of just a man. I like
Yeah. Yes. There go
with
Donna.
face.
What's going on, Donna? If y'all like to join the conversation, you're very much welcome to join us on this evening.
Come
So,
on.
because what we're gonna talk about a little bit tonight is some of the woes in this world, and
Whoa.
some of the woes that the Bible was talking about. Because that's what we were talking about last time before we got off here. We were talking about the
Mm-hmm.
woes and everything, and yeah, it's really a lot of stuff going on in this world right now as we
Mm-hmm.
even talking right now on these microphones. It's a lot of stuff going on. They just passed that big beautiful bill, as they call it, but it's going to affect a whole lot of people.
Mm-hmm. What's Billy that they passed? They just passed.
Yeah, it just passed.
Hmm. What
It's
is it?
sad, man.
I've been on a rock. Talk to me. Talk to me.
It's cutting. You're gonna have to cut. The biggest one is the Medicaid.
Okay.
That's gonna hurt a lot of people because you're gonna have people trying to decide: do they want to pay the light bill, water bill, or do they need to get their medicine?
Mm. Yeah, this guy in office is no good.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
And I would get on I would get on here and really just go there with some of the stuff, but I might say that for something else. But I would say this right here. All y'all, I'm talking about the pastors that ain't really doing nothing. This is for y'all. When y'all sit back behind them four walls and all this stuff was going on, y'all should have been crying out. Y'all should have been bombarding places and trying to get the people to come out and y'all. Matter of fact, y'all should have just all of y'all should just got together and went and bombarded. the capital. Not like
Yeah.
they did with the insurrection, not that. But
Yeah.
up there, tell them, no, we're not going to take this. We're not going to go through that. It's too many people
Yeah.
lives at stake with this stuff. And for y'all to sit back and think everybody finna bombard your church, I'm sorry, that ain't finna happen. This is not finna
Mm,
happen. Ain't but a few churches I know people are bombarding their churches and going
mm,
in and getting themselves together and getting their lives together. Ain't but a few churches doing that.
right. Only a few.
And I might play a clip from one of them,
Mm.
just a little bit of it,
I don't know
because what
why I
he's
feel.
saying. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say I don't know why. I feel I know who you're talking about. I don't know why. We're gonna
You
sit back and
probably
just
do,
sit back,
man.
just sit back and watch.
You probably do. I mean, it is so much going on. It is too much going on, and so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's happening
Mm.
right here, y'all. And you could take this as a joke if you want to, but it ain't. It's
Happened,
not no joke.
happened right in front of our face.
Right in front of our face.
Mm-hmm. And,
Mm.
and here's the thing though. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse.
Yep.
It's gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse. Everything was happening. Everything that what you guys see, it's gonna get worse. This is why ever since me and Carl started this platform, Carl started and I joined. I always just been talking about unity amongst ourselves because when all this stuff hit the fan, I think we're like the only culture that don't have a structure, a foundation to where we can lean back on our own. Like whenever all this mess happened, and that is gonna keep happening. Like where do we still have to go get our supplies from? Our water, our milk, our bread, our electric. We have to go to another culture to get this stuff. So I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I don't know. I don't know. But I know it's gonna happen,
I
but
don't know neither.
I'm just not ready. Just not ready for it. Just not ready for it.
Even what we see now, and I would say this: how many of y'all pastors and y'all in the congregation? How many of y'all pastors are really preparing the people for what's getting ready to happen,
Mm-hmm.
what's getting ready to take place? Are you preparing the people not only just for the end? Are you preparing the people for what's getting ready to take place? Is you set up to where you can help some people?
No.
Because you hear all the time, well, the church don't have no money and we don't have this right here. And I get it with some churches because they are barely struggling. They're barely getting by themselves. They're struggling themselves. But it's a lot of y'all churches that got some
Right.
money. You just don't want to spend it and help these folks. But you
Right.
want them to keep coming and giving. And I ain't trying to
Right.
down no church or nobody. There's a lot of churches out here doing some good stuff. But I'm talking about y'all that just want to collect.
Mm. Goes on all the time, man. That's why, I'm a man of faith and I love going to church too. But it's kind of hard to go to a church. I remember needing help one time when I was at a church, and I've been a member. I was a member at this church for a period of time. I mean, over a year. I was giving tithes faithfully, and my tithes wasn't just 10%. I was making good. And then I got down on my luck. Got down on my luck, and then I went and asked for some help. Now I'll be honest, they gave me the help, but it was the speech that I got before they received the help. And it was like I didn't even really want it after that. It was more so like, we do like to help our people in need, but this just got to be a one-time thing. If we do it for you, we got to do it for everybody else. And we got to keep our lights on, and we got to keep our door, locks, our doors locks and stuff like that. And in my head, I was just like, I don't even know if they view me a certain way, or this is just the temperament of how they operate. But I thought the church was supposed to be there in your time of need, especially if I'm a member giving giving weekly tithes. Like it bothered me. It really did bother me. I needed it. And I don't want to get, if you got to give me a speech about returning your money, then I can do without. At this point in time in my life, I just say, you know what, keep it. I just say keep. I was a young man at that time. I was like 22, but now I'm like, you got to give me a speech about your little dollars. I don't even want it.
Don't even want it.
For
And
real.
I got to hear this whole speech. Man, I can just go,
Right.
if I want to hear that, I can just go with my cousin. It's going to give me the same long speech.
Yeah. Yeah. The only people I'm allowed give me a speech that is my mom's, my brother, my dad, my sister, my immediately family. That's the only people I'm allowed. Mostly my mom and my dad, because that's mom and dad. And I say
Mm-hmm.
specifically my brother because my brother has been there for me 100%. And I'm just saying my sister because I don't want to leave her out. So, but everybody else, y'all, I ain't even, I just think God has even brought me to a place to where I don't have to ask for handouts no more. Am I still asking because I need it? Yes, I am, but not the way I were in my 20s. I'm glad God done brought me to a place where I don't have to.
Oh, yeah. And it's
Actually, I'm gonna tell you what I see, Carl. God is really gonna bless us to be able to help other people out on a high scale, man. So even with the economy going the way that it is, and how the world is looking, like we're gonna be taken care of, man. We're gonna be good. We keep doing what we're doing right here. We're gonna be the safe haven for the people to come and chill with. So, and they're gonna be able to push us into another place. So that's another reason why I'm still just here. It's because like I love what we're doing, man.
oh man, yeah. And I believe that he gonna bless us. We can help people, man. It's gonna
Hmm.
come. See, one thing about that is just take patience.
Right, right. Got you.
And that's what we're about. We're about the patience and stuff. And it's gonna come. It's gonna come.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm cool. And then shoot, even here's the other thing. This is guys. I'm about to give you a lesson. This is what being content mean. If it don't come, I'm okay. I'm spending time with my brother, and we having fun putting some truth out.
That's it.
Like
That's
I'm,
all.
I'm good. I'm good. That's why you continue. You got a lot of people come to this social media stuff, and they expect to blow up immediately. They expect to get monetized immediately, and all these likes and views and comments and stuff. Do we want that? Yes. I'm not saying we don't want it, but that's not our focus. Our focus is to give you guys the truth, and it's also to uplift somebody who's having a bad day. That's our focus.
That's the focus. That's it. Now, are we gonna talk about some different stuff? Of course.
Of course.
Of course we are.
Are we
But
gonna make you laugh? Yes. Am
of
I gonna
course.
make you mad?
Of
Yes.
course he is.
But even in
But yeah,
making you mad, am I still gonna love you? Yes.
yes. Yes. But that's just the thing, man. And and if everybody just tune in, welcome to Open Mic Night. We had some technical difficulties. I'm on my son page right now, and mine want to act up, but that's all right. But we still trucking on. Even if that right there cut off, I got my doggone tablet right here. That I had that. I turned
Okay.
this up,
Always
and
got the
that cut off.
backup.
Neil, that cut off. I got my phone right here too. I turned the doggone phone on. I might
That
can't read
cut
the
off.
comments because it'd be small, but I turn it on.
And if that cut off, he gonna get on top of his house with a pager, getting ready to do this
Man,
for
man,
you guys.
I'm gonna have something going on. Something gonna go on. I'm gonna go back there and get Brandon old phone and
Right.
turn that
Right.
old phone on.
Oh man.
Yeah, but everybody, welcome and thank you for being patient with us and tuning in with it because you could have been doing anything else tonight, but you're hanging out with us for a little while, and I just want to read because we talked about the woes before we got off last time we was on.
Hmm.
I'm going to read some of these scriptures in here.
Come on with it.
And Jesus was checking them Pharisees and stuff. Uh, Neil, Nils, how about hollering at him while I try to pull this up?
All right, all right. Here's the good thing about some of these woes, guys. It's a lot of woes that you haven't even heard of, and we about to go over a few. We're not going to go over all of them. There's a lot of woes that we would have to go through. But you're gonna
We ain't
be,
talking about the song neither. Whoa.
yeah, yeah. We ain't talking about no song. We're talking about these scriptures, the Bible verses. Let me say it like what's my man Geno Jennings? It's the Bible. We talking about the Bible. uh, no,
Oh
man, but
man.
these woes, like here's another facet to it. And I just was having this conversation with somebody today. You need to be able to read/listen to these woes, and not even just the woes, the scripture of the Bible. And you should apply it to your life the way God intended the scripture to be applied. Not
Yes.
apply it what fits your version of the Bible. That's wrong. That's where you're gonna be wrong. That's where you're adding or taking away from the Bible to fit your life so you can live a comfortable life. You wondering why you ain't changed. You wondering why you still the same old evil messed up person is because you're misinterpreting the Bible and the scriptures, and you ain't applying it like the way God intended for them to be applied. So we about to get you right tonight, though. You're gonna get this work. You gonna get this work.
you sound you sound like one of my friends on YouTube I follow, man. Sound like Russ
Uh-huh.
Lorenz. He said, you gonna get this work.
You can get this work. I got a shout out my real guy. I got it from his name Loaded Lux. He a battle rapper. I got it from him, man. So I like it though. I like it. But yeah. Oh, we sorry to hear that, man. You're dealing
Yeah.
with health issues. We sorry. I'm praying. I'm praying the prayer of healing over your body, and I'm gonna pray some more for you. But man, get better soon. We got you.
Yeah. We miss you and Kitty coming on.
Yeah, man. Y'all done straight abandoned us.
Just don't left us, man.
None of them left us, man. They just straight abandoned. Like, woo! Y'all don't even know how many nights I was crying over this stuff, man. It's hurt. Couldn't even work. Couldn't even go to work and just
Oh
think
man.
properly. Like, just thinking, what happened? Like, what happened? What happened to the show?
Yeah.
Nah, y'all
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah, y'all good people. But yeah, man,
Oh.
I'm gonna pull this screen up right here.
Oh, here we about to get it popping. Oh,
Pull that screen up.
let
Go ahead.
let me let me say one thing before we get this started, guys. I want to let you know we about to go over the woes, but there is one episode we're gonna do. I want to go over the commandments. Now you notice I didn't say the
Ooh.
10 Commandments. Now people just think it's 10 Commandments. It's more than 10 Commandments. So, you know, 10 Commandments is just
Ooh.
10 Commandments. There's more commandments. And, we're going to do that on the
Ooh.
episode. I'm going to throw that out there to you. But we all right. We good. We
Can you
good.
see
We
that deal?
good.
Because I tried to blow it up. Can you see that?
Yeah. I see it. I see it. I was about to say loud and clear.
She said, thank you. We still love you guys. Love you too.
Mm-hmm. Now, just for that, Lord, I'm going to write your name in my death note. No, I was just playing. I can't do that. I won't even play like that.
But yeah,
Yeah, I can see
we
it. I
can.
can see it.
Okay. I hope y'all can see it too out there in the comment section and everything. Y'all, let me give you this disclaimer: we're not no pastors,
Mm.
but we can read scripture too and give our perspective on it. Not saying we are 100% right, because some of y'all ain't 100% right, but we listen to you. But we're gonna read some of these woes, and he's talking to these doggone Pharisees and these scribes, man. He's this is Jesus getting at them. This is Jesus himself getting at them. Ooh.
Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
And we're gonna start. It's Matthew 23,
Mm-hmm.
starting at verse 13. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees! Look what he called them, hypocrites. I should have pulled up the message version because the message version be talking junk.
Oh, the message.
I should put it up.
You should
But
pull
he
on the
said,
message version.
ooh. But he said, but woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you shut the kingdom of heavens in people's faces. For you neither enter yourselves nor allow those who would enter to go in. Man, and I got some notes right here. That's why I'm
Oh, you got
sliding my
some.
tablet over.
Yo, slide your tab it over. We gotta get to the woe. Whoa, go to woe.
Because verse 13, man, is talking about Jesus accuses them of shutting the door of kingdom of heaven in people's face. They did not
Uh-huh.
themselves enter in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
nor
Mm-hmm.
others. They would prevent them from going in. You know,
Yeah.
pastors and people, you know what they did? Because they lying.
Mm.
They
Mm.
giving their little spin on what the word is
Mm-hmm.
and all that kind of stuff, man,
Mm-hmm.
and all this, and they think it's okay, and but you gonna block them, but you can't even go in yourself.
Dang.
What kind of mess is that, man? How you gonna stop the
That's
people though?
that's like that. That's like that crab in the barrel mentality. You ain't even out, but you pulling people from getting other people from getting out. This case, you ain't even in. You stopping other people from going in.
You stopping
Crazy.
other people, and man, but you know what? Back then, what's going on back then? It's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Look how much of the word being twisted right now.
Mm. Oh, there's another one. I know we're gonna get to it. I ain't even gonna spoil it, but you said I look how the words being twisted. We living in a world to where people call evil good and good evil.
Yeah,
I know we got to get to that one.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yes, Lord, they talk. Man, we can say and tell the truth, and they think we lying, but we can lie and they'll love that. We can sit here and lie and they'll think it's true and they'll love it.
Mhm. Because I
What kind of
believe,
mess is that?
'cause I believe a lie is meant to save somebody's feelings. There's a lot of people that say that they lie for a good reason. There's a lot of people that just lie for bad reasons. So I think the lie, it helped preserve somebody's feelings to where when you tell the truth, it's going to make that person check themselves, or they're gonna lash out at anger in you. And it ain't because they mad or you said something wrong. It can be because it struck a nerve with them, and because it's true to a certain extent, and they just didn't want a mirror held up in their face at that point, at that moment in time. But I'm gonna let
Mm-mm.
that lay. I'm gonna let that lay.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. And I went and pulled up the message. I went and
The
pulled it up.
message.
I'm gonna read it from the message version. I've had it with you. He tired of. You see what said at the top said frauds. He's tired of you're hopeless. The religion scholars, you Pharisees, frauds. Your lives are roadblocks to God's kingdom. You refuse to enter and won't let anyone else in either.
Mm-mm-mm. That's some good stuff.
Yeah,
That's some good stuff.
man.
Here's another thing that I like how it said it right here. Your lives are roadblocks. And I was gonna say this one on the last one, but I'm glad you brought this one right here. Guys, I want you to understand sometimes what it says that you're closing the doors, it ain't just necessarily you're literally trying to keep somebody out. You're also keeping people out of church, out of God's grace, just because how you are living. And you supposed to be a pastor. You supposed to be whatever you call yourself, an apostle, evangelist, whatever. And they see you doing some crazy stuff in the streets. So now their mind go like, I thought he was a pastor. I thought he was a bishop. This how bad pastors are. This how bishops are. So they looking at your lies. Your lies are roadblocks. So now you don't put a roadblock in front of somebody's eyes. And I'm gonna say this: do you know how hard it is to get a soul to Christ if they was on the fence and they saw your life and it was unpleasant to God? You know how hard it is to try to get them back or to convince them the other way? Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better.
Mm, mm. And I know some versions of the Bible don't have verse 14 in there, like the Message do, but I still got my other version pulled up. Verse 14, it speaks of the devouring widows' houses and making long prayers for show. You're out here praying for show.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Long prayers.
Them long prayer make it seem like you got another type relationship with God and you ain't got nothing.
Not
You ain't
nothing.
got nothing. You just putting on for show them long prayers, doing them long tongues. Ain't even spitting tongues in order the way you supposed to do tongues in the church. But we ain't gonna get on that one either. Not today.
Nah, we're gonna leave that alone right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, you devouring the widows,
Mm-hmm.
taking advantage of,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of them do. Get them to give up they whole savings. I seen he's in prison now. This bishop was praying the PREY on a widow and got all her savings and everything, man, and over $200,000. Wow.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
When was
I got to
this?
try to pull it. It's been about a year or two now. I got to see if I
Uh-huh.
find it. But they prey on them, take advantage of it. See, a lot of times they get you in your feelings, boy, and get you all emotional, and y'all be so wrapped up into that, and then you just give with no problem. They'll
Right.
just give with no problem.
Right. And then, and this a little side note, but like, I watched a lot of Dr. Phil before he went off, and he always had some episodes where an older woman, mostly there was women, is getting swindled out of their life savings by somebody that they done fell in love with online, and this person ain't even real. This is a scammer. And
Yeah.
I just want to say, women, don't don't get to the point to where you are so vulnerable that you are looking over these red flags and you allowing somebody to take advantage of you because you want something so bad that you would just skip over the red flags and you'll try to go for it when God just really wants you to be patient, just want you to relax and want you to just heal and get to know yourself. But like I said, we're going to talk about that another day too.
Oh yeah. And these are scriptures right here that you don't even hear about.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear about them. You don't read about them. A lot of pastors don't even talk about them, and that's sad. But verse 15, I'm gonna move
You
on.
get it.
You're hopeless. You
Mm.
religion scholars and Pharisees, frauds. He called them frauds again. In other versions, it's hypocrites. You go halfway around the world to make a convert, but once you get him, you make him into a replica of yourselves. Double damn. As Jesus condemns them from converting people only to turn them into the worst hypocrites themselves. He condemned them for that. You trying to make them like you, and they become worse than you. I don't get it. You making them, you converting them over to be like you, and they become worse than you. So if you lying, they'll lie even more than you.
Well, look at it this way. And that's how I always look at it. It'd be like, why I understood it. When you have a child, it's just naturally. Now, this doesn't happen all the time. When you have a child, your child naturally supposed to grow to be bigger, stronger, and faster than you, smarter than you, and stuff like that. Just natural. So imagine who you are on the inside. whatever you are on the inside, you're gonna give that to whoever you're teaching or stewarding. You're gonna give that. So if you're wrong and if you're lying and if you're of evil, you're not of value, you're going to give that to somebody else. Now they're listening because they look up to you, and they're gonna take it and just bite down on every word that you're saying, not knowing that the word is lie. By the time they find out, it's so rooted in them, it's hard for them to turn around. But
Hard.
anyway, I'm trying to keep it short tonight. I can go off. I'm trying to keep them short. But yeah, they be ready for these. Oh, I like this. I
And
like
then
text message.
you look at this right here. Look what he called him again. You're hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
You're hopeless. What he said, you're a hypocrite again. You're a fraud. You're a joke.
This is why I like the message.
Stupidity.
Hey, this is why I like the message. Your arrogant stupidity. I love the message.
Yeah, you're arrogant stupidity. You say if someone makes a promise with his fingers crossed, that's nothing. But if he swears with his hand on the Bible, that's serious. What ignorance does the leather on the Bible? What ignorance does the leather on the Bible carry more weight than the skin on your hands? And what about this piece of trivia? If you shake hands on a promise, that's nothing. But if you raise your hand that God is your witness, that's because I'm trying to scroll. Yeah, I'm trying to scroll too.
That's serious?
That's nothing. If you shake hands on a promise, that's nothing. But if you raise your hand, that God is your witness, that's serious.
What ridiculous hair splitting? Crazy.
What difference does it make whether you shake hands or raise your hand? A promise is a promise.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people don't understand either. You make a promise, that's a promise, regardless of what.
Right.
That's why I say a lot of time when people you know how we do, we get in trouble. Per God, I promise you, I promise. You better stop making God promises because you know you're gonna break it. Yeah, they know they're gonna break it.
Right.
I done it.
Cause they just want to get out of it in that moment. Like they just want to get out whatever they in that moment. God, I promise you, if you get me out of this, I promise you I'll never do it again. Yeah.
Exactly. All of said, many of these leaders are taking God out of the church and just using his name to make them look good and get more members for the money. For the love of money.
Love of money, man. For the love of money.
Just put up some Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I know, right?
But it's serious, man. I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, a promise is a promise. It's a promise. And then he said, what difference does it make if you make your promise inside or outside a house of worship? I hope y'all see that. Because, hey, you know how some of them do, man, I ain't in the church. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Nah, it does matter. And this even extends further than just biblical principles. Like in teaching these kids, one of the biggest things, I'm just teaching them how to be a stand-up guy. Like it's big to keep your word. Like if you say you're gonna do something, you do it. If you made a promise to somebody, you keep that promise. And if for whatever reason you can't keep your promise, be a man or a woman about it and call them and say, hey, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do so and so. Let's do a rain check or something like that. But don't just run from your promise. Don't just stop answering your phone. Don't just stop going to the stores that you normally go to because you know you're going to run into them people. Don't change up your whole life because you done broke a promise and now you are afraid to face these people. Be a man, be a woman, and keep your promise. And like I said, if you can't, call them and make it right. That's maturity. That's growth. It goes further than the Bible.
Yes. So it doesn't make if you make the promise inside the church or outside of it. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, a promise is a promise. Like you said, a promise is a promise. God is present. watching and holding you to account, regardless. He holding you because you is the one that made that promise. He didn't. You did. Oh God, I'm gonna do better. Oh Lord, please help me. Oh, I said I'm gonna go back over his or her house, but you're back over there.
Back over there.
God, if you pull me out of this, you pull me out of this relationship, I promise I won't go back. And then you go right back. Oh God, I know I said and made a promise I won't go back, but if you pull me out of this, I won't go back. I promise you. And go back. And then there they do this. I promise you, Lord. I promise you.
I know,
I
right?
promise you. I promise you, God. And then you go back.
It's crazy.
And then you mess around. Lord, if you pull me out of this time, I swear I won't go back. What?
Now you swearing? Okay. See how this work out for you.
Yeah. Then you mad at God if God said, not this time. You want to pull your own self out of this one.
No, you gotta touch this. You gotta feel this fire on this one.
Yeah. Then you mad at him. What you mad at him for? He did nothing to you. You made the promises. So you went back on your word. He didn't go back on his. You went back on yours.
Let me say something right quick. This is kind of deviating from that. One thing I didn't like growing up in the church was I would see people. It was mostly women. If they had to smoke a cigarette, they would literally drive off the church campus to smoke. And I'm like, you like as I got older, you had the mindset to drive off the campus because you didn't want to smoke on church grounds, is what you said, and go around the corner and smoke. In my mind was like, if you had to do all that, you just stop smoking. Why wouldn't you just stop smoking? And that told me that you knew for some reason that was wrong. That was wrong. So you was able to quote unquote respect God by getting off the church, but you would go around the corner and smoke. Here was my mindset. This whole earth is God's. It ain't just that church. It ain't just that church parking lot or the church. The street, John Hancock behind you, that's still God's. So getting off the church property and then you smoking on the street, it's God's. Like you ain't do. There is no more disrespect you 10 miles up the road than you are in the parking lot.
Exactly. What's the difference? I mean, what you going to the street to smoke for anyway?
Right, exactly.
Do it right there.
Right.
I think he'll respect you more if you do it right there instead of running.
But that goes to another thing to where how people can set their life to make room for the bull that they want to do. Because the thing is, somebody was like, you ain't supposed to be smoking. Why you go to the road? Well, they'll say, well, at least I didn't do it on church ground. Like it make you doing it up the road even better.
It doesn't even matter.
Sin is sin. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Just like when I'm gonna read this first. Connie said, God knew what they was going to do before they make the promise. Yeah, I mean, he already know. He's all knowing. And I say this right here: if you don't believe in God, that's between you and that's your opinion. That's your choice.
Hey, that's between them and their thoughts.
Yeah, that's between you. Yeah, you and your thoughts. Ain't got nothing to do with that. Just because I do, don't mean that you have to. That's your choice. But yeah, what difference does it make? Just like when he went inside the temple and turning everything over inside the temple, because they were selling stuff inside the temple. But what do the churches do now? Sell stuff all inside the temple. Well, it's for the kingdom of God. What?
Man, I ain't gonna call it no name. Every single thing. Look, man, they have made it look so good in 2025. I went to this church. They have restaurants, they have Starbucks, they have Burger Kings, they have gift shops, they have And and they just trying to say that they trying to build a community, make a community and stuff. You have made his house a worship, a marketplace. You made my father's home a marketplace, and it's just like, don't you see this? You may think it's cool, but it's not cool. It's not. It's going against the word, yo. Like them churches, I just can't go to.
And he just went in there and just turned that stuff over.
Everything over.
Making
Everything
you just making a mockery of the temple. Let me turn this over.
Mm-hmm.
But it's for the church to build in the kingdom. Well, just like we say about whether inside or outside, it doesn't matter. But see, y'all won't really hear these type of scriptures inside the church. Your church, as my uncle say, your church. Now, Neil, listen what he said, man. This is what he said. You're hopeless. You religion, scholars, and Pharisees. Frauds. He called them frauds again. Meaning he calling them hypocrites again.
He said, you keep meticulous accounts.
Oh my goodness.
Come on with it.
Tired on every nickel and dime you get, but on the meat of God's law, things like fairness and compassion and commitment, the absolute basics, you're careless. Take it or leave it. That's why I like the Message Bible, man. He be talking junk, man. Then it goes on, careful bookkeeping is commendable, but the basics are required. Do you have any idea how silly you look writing a life story that's wrong from the start to finish, nitpicking over commas and semicolons? He called them blind guys who strain out a gnat but swallow a camel. I got to move my notes.
Gotcha. I'm with it. I still like that first line. You're hopeless, you religious scholars of Pharisee. I'm gonna start calling people. They make me mad. You fraud.
He talking junk, man.
Fraud.
He talking junk. He talking junk, man. That just show you. A lot of y'all that like to call Jesus soft. Jesus won't soft. Jesus talking to the Pharisee like, look here, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me put it in our English term, in the version of us. Look here, bro. Let me tell you something. You play around with this you want to. God ain't no joke. You playing around in my father's house with my father people. Man, let me check your tail. Let me show you something. And I'm man enough to talk to you like this to your face. He won't behind their back or a keyboard warrior like they do on Facebook and all this kind of stuff. He was in their face. Let me tell you something, bro. You're a fraud. You're a hypocrite. You're hopeless, man.
Hey, you ever watch this?
Only thing you need to say then get out my face, man.
Yeah, get out. I know, right? Get out. You dismissed. you dismissed. You hypocrite. Move. Now I'm with it. Oh. Hey, man, you ever watch this TV? It came out years ago. It was called Black Jesus.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
That, man, I'm not even going to lie. When I very first saw that show, I could not watch it because my mind was so my mind was a certain way, like how God's supposed to speak and how the church supposed to speak. I couldn't watch it. But then I called it one night, like probably a couple of years later, and I was just like, I'm not saying that's how God would speak, but for me and where I grew up from, I was like, he's saying it a certain way, but it's still kind of true what he said and how he was saying. Like, and it was like you put Jesus in our world today. I don't know, guys. If y'all have never watched it, I don't know if it'll help you out, but you're gonna get a laugh out of it. Y'all need to go watch Black Jesus. That was funny. Oh man. All right.
Okay, here we go here you go again.
Come on, let's get it.
You're hopeless, you religion scholars and Pharisees, frauds. Jesus called them hypocrites, y'all. You buff the surface of your cups and bowls so they sparkle in the sun, while the insides are
Mm,
back with your greed and gluttony. Stupid Pharisees.
mm,
Score the inside, and then the gleaming surface will mean something.
mm,
Meaning, if I got this from a pastor. If I give you you want a glass of water, I get the glass of water out the sink that ain't even been washed. I just clean the outside of it, but the inside still dirty. You ain't gonna drink that water.
mm,
I look good. It's just like when we go to church. You look good on the outside, but you messed up on the inside.
mhm. I
That's
mean,
why
but look,
God don't.
but look at the two words that he used though. He said like so when you said why the inside is maggoty. So the base word of that to me in my mind, I think he mean like maggots. So imagine maggots with your greed of gluttony. What is gluttony? Gluttony is somebody that's eating too much. You overeating. So imagine, I'm gonna just say it bold since Jesus been. Imagine a fat, out of shape, obese person, but they filled with maggots. Now on the outside they look good. On the outside they look good. They look great. You think they got it together, but on the inside, guys, we ain't just talking about what's really on the inside of your gut. We're talking about your heart as well. On the inside of that person, they magony with your greed of gluttony. Come on, man. Like you
Matter
don't
of
get it.
fact, if you seen a dead dog or some side the road, outside the dog still just look just like a dog. But if you hit that dog, bust that dog open, maggots on the inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they work their way from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how they got there, but they got there.
Mm.
Something, man. But see how he, man, mm-mm-mm. I said put on the whole garment. Yeah, you got to put that whole garment on. Like they said, put on the whole armor. That's, man, it's just like of today, like of today's time. We dress up with the suits, dress up with the nice dress. We look good, smell good. People think you are a church saved Christian person like that. But God ain't paying attention to none of that. He's looking at what's behind that breastplate in your chest. And that's your
Mm-hmm.
heart. That's what he's looking at. You can dress the outside up, but the inside is dirty. Just like I detail. You see some cars, they're clean on the outside. You look on the inside, it's dirty. They clean. Or you go ride down the road, man, it makes it look good. Then you mess around, look at the inside, you mean like, man, good gracious alive. You riding this,
Mm.
but you got the outside. You got the outside clean, but the
Mm-hmm.
inside still messed up. It's just like us. We got the outside clean with suits and dresses and ties and the hat and the nice hair and the nice haircut, but the inside still tore up. It's all
Man,
raggedy.
man, that brings me back to this picture I used to send to like people. This was about 10, 15 years ago. It was a picture of this girl, I think she little mixed girl, and she had on she was very light skinned with long silky hair, had on a pink mini skirt, body looked nice, and she was posing like the girls pose. And everybody was like, man, she looked fine. But you look behind her, she took a picture in her living room. It was so much junk in her living room, you couldn't even see the floor. You couldn't even see the
Man,
stuff. You couldn't even see the couches. You couldn't see the counters because she had so much mess on like in the background. And it said, and the caption was, what looked good on the outside may not look good on the inside.
exactly.
And I was like, that picture, man, it was so real. And it's like, going to relationship now, a lot of people go after people just because of how they look. They just because they cute, they pretty, they fine, they tall, they handsome, they muscular, and you don't know anything about that person on the inside. You don't know nothing. You just going off the outside.
Yep. The outer
outer
appearance.
appearance. Yeah.
And that's what a lot of them go by. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
man. Ooh, he looked good in that suit. And he's smelling
Mm-hmm.
good. Look at him. He's 6'2". Got a nice build. Suit must be tailor-made. Look how good he is. But you catch him by himself somewhere, mess around. He been on pooges and
Mm-hmm.
stuff you didn't even realize you were gonna be into.
Mm-hmm.
Because whether y'all know it, as they say, ladies and gentlemen, whether y'all know it or not, the devil do be inside the churches, roaming and seeking, plotting, and they're looking for the single women that are struggling. They're looking for, and not leave y'all out neither, women. They're looking for the men that is having a hard time of struggling.
Mm-hmm.
If I can manipulate you, I got you.
Mm-hmm. You know
If
what?
I
Let
can
me ask
ease
you a
you over here,
question.
I got you.
Let me ask you a question right quick. With what you just said, when a man in a relationship or a woman in a relationship, they end up cheating or something right now. Do you think that? Because I know some people say, "I don't care. I'm leaving if my husband cheat on me," and they always go through. They always go through. Oh, you cheated on me. I do this for you. I did this for you. I paid for this. You shouldn't have did this. But you know, in that conversation, you never hear anybody say that the devil played on your weakness. The, the,
You don't
the,
hear
the
that.
devil was there playing on your weakness. They don't even understand how much you fought until that moment. And I'm talking about stand-up guys and stand-up women. I ain't talking about the people who just out there living their life. I'm talking about stand-up real men and real women. Yes, we still fall. All of us still fall. And I'm just like, if you in a relationship, there got to be, and you're a man or woman of God, there has to be a point in time that you got to understand that this guy, this lady was tempted. And how it happened, understand that the devil is at play, the devil is at hand. And sometimes the pressure, the temptation was just too much. Now, did they take their eyes off the Lord because the Lord could have helped that? Yes. But still understand we are men and women that are in a fleshly body, and our body gets the best of us every freaking day, every single day.
Every day.
So yeah, no, that was my question. Do you think there's somebody out there? You think there's somebody out there that like they take the pressure off their husband or off their wife because they know the devil is see. Like you just said, the devil's in the church. I think in the book of Psalms it says that the devil got a seat too. So it's like, don't y'all understand how crafty this guy is? Like I'm just saying, that's just my mind. Oh, I could be
He
wrong.
very crafty. Just like this seat right here beside me.
Mm-hmm.
Pull this seat up. He right there.
Mm-hmm. Right there. Woo.
But it is. It is. To even answer the question, yeah, some of them do just to take that pressure off. And the scary part about a lot of things that go inside the church is that they don't want to deal with really what's going on in their marriage if they are married,
Mm-hmm.
or if they're dating, they don't want to deal with it. They'll be like, hey, I ain't dealing with that. I'm just gonna go on and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna mess around with this and do that and just because this person is saved and Christian, as they throw that word around, just because don't mean they can't slip.
Right.
It doesn't mean that because everybody is tempted to slip.
Right.
It's
Everybody.
just like repentance.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody think repentance and is that we just ask God, to forgive us and we just go on. But repentance is not only that you ask God to forgive you and go on, but it means to turn from that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to turn away from that. But man, yeah, boy, hey, it's it's something because he dresses himself up real nice, and I don't know why people have this. They need to get this old picture of what your granddad and your grandma have said and what some of the pastors back then have said, yeah, the devil, he's an ugly old fella. He ain't ugly from what I read.
Mm.
That
He know,
he most beautiful angel you ever want to see.
mm.
So why y'all call him ugly? I guess y'all call him ugly because he come to steal, kill, and destroy. You don't have to be ugly to do that. You could be the finest thing in the world and do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't trying to get y'all to change y'all mind. So please, and we ain't no cult leader neither. We're not in no cult neither. Because some people take a small little snippet of something what you say and twist that whole thing. And we say it from the beginning. I said from the beginning that we're not no preachers or pastors or whatever. And we're not here saying we know 100% true what we are saying. Because we all have an opinion about certain things.
Of
And we
course.
all have questions.
And we just bold enough to ask the questions and give our opinion. We living in this world. You give your opinion. Now you being judged because you don't have the opinion of the consensus of the world, like of what everybody think you supposed to say. I'm like, what happened to free will and what happened to freedom of speech? What happened to having a healthy dialogue? I can disagree with you and still be okay with you. I don't have to
It'll be
agree with
okay.
what you like. Come on, man. That's what it
Yeah.
is, man. I think you know what? Honestly, I think that's why a lot of people don't like this content because we are two grown men that have jobs and come here whenever we can, mostly weekly, and we telling the truth from our experience, from our reading, our knowledge, and we're speaking the truth, and our truth goes against their truth, which two truths can't be true.
Mm,
so
mm.
so do the math is what I'm saying. Do the math. I don't want to call you a lie, but I ain't saying you're telling the truth. So figure it out.
Yeah, because I really want to talk about what's about the Bible like that, I've got some people that I know that can come on here and educate all us about the Bible. And I know some people that I know, some of the people that y'all may know. Then I got some people y'all ain't never heard of
Mhm.
that can come on here and talk about this. But but Leah, look what he said to him again. You're hopeless. You religion scholars and Pharisees, frauds. You're like manicured grave plots. Good gracious
Mhm.
alive.
Mhm.
Grass clipped and the flowers bright. But 6 feet down, it's all rotting bones and worm eating flesh. People look at you and think you're saints. Here we go. People look at you and think you're saints, but beneath the skin, you're total frauds.
Mhm.
He's talking about Pharisees and them scribes.
Mhm.
And like of today's time, he's talking to pastors.
Pastors, bishops, apostles, chief apostles, evangelists. Come on with it.
You're hopeless.
Overseers.
You're hopeless. You're religion scholars and Pharisees, frauds. You build granite tombs for your prophets and marble monuments for your saints. And you say that if you had lived in the days of your ancestors, no blood would have been on your hand. You protest too much. You protest too much. You're cut from the same cloth as those murderers and daily add to the death count. Man, Jesus won't
It's some,
play with him back that deal.
hey, man, it's some heavy stuff. There, come on with it. I already like it.
Look,
Come on with it.
look at that little snakes, cold-blooded sneaks. Do you think you can worm your way out of this? Never have to pay the piper. Never have to pay the piper, dear. It's on account of people like you that I send prophets and wise guides and scholars generation after generation and generation after generation. You treat them like dirt, greeting them with lynch mobs, hounding them with abuse. Man, Jesus won't play with them at all, man. He won't play with them at all. He won't play it. I would hit it with that one right there. We just gonna talk from here on out because he won't playing with them. He won't playing with them at all. If Jesus was talking junk back then, just think if he was here now. See, a lot of them get into church. They scared to say certain stuff because they don't want to offend nobody. They don't want to go around here hurt nobody's feelings because you're trying to hold on to your congregation. You don't want to lose members because you're preaching some stuff now that they're not used to you talking about. They're so used to you talking about, hey, you're gonna get this man, you're gonna get this woman, you're gonna get this car, you're gonna get this house, you're gonna get this blessing, you're gonna just sow the seed. That's what a lot of y'all are so used to. So when something like this come through, you reject it. And that's in the Bible. This ain't nothing made
Yeah.
up. That's straight out the Bible.
I had a
We didn't
friend
make
that was
this
part
up.
of that. Yeah, I had a friend that was part of that. That was called. It's called prosperity gospel.
Yes. That's all you hear. So they get you in your feelings and you be all wrapped up in your emotion. When the real truth come, you reject it because you're not used to hearing that. So you push it out the way.
Right.
And that's a sad part. And that's why a lot of them say, you know, that's why a lot of people they say you're not going to make it in because all you listening to is prosperity. That Bible got way more into it than just prosperity.
Right. Well,
Mm.
people, man, people just like you said, they like just having them conversations with them. They was like, well, God, I don't believe God want me to be broke. God don't want me to be struggling and stuff. And God, He will provide. He will give me the things of my heart and more. I'm like, they take the scriptures and use them how they want to, and it's like that shouldn't be the angle. That shouldn't be the mind. Like as a man or woman of God, you're going to be taken care of. It doesn't mean that you're going to be a millionaire. It doesn't mean you're going to be a billionaire, but you are going to be taken care of. But then also, let's go the other route. The Bible say the poor we will have with us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for the side you're speaking. There's also another side as well. Not saying you're going to be poor, but understand that they're still there as well. I feel like when you focus your mind only on the money, only on the prosperity, when you focus your mind on that, then it's hard for you to do the purpose you was created for because your mind is on something that at the core and essence of God don't even care about money. He don't even care about that. He don't even care about that stuff. So you're focusing on something that God doesn't. He don't even focus on. And you're trying to craft it to where God is going to take care of you in that moment. Yeah, if you do what God has told you to do, go out and gospel the disciple. I mean, go out and disciple is where I say gospel disciple. Go out and disciple his word. Well, I'm tired. I'm tired. Go out and disciple his word. Make more Christians. Go out into the world. Be in the world and not of the world. You do them things and you find out what your purpose is. And now you do your purpose every single day. And here's the thing, not saying that this is in the Bible, but if you figure out what you were created for and you do that every single day, I promise you, you're going to be taken care of.
Yep.
It's gonna happen organically. You ain't got to look for it because the one thing about the world, let's take Bible out of it. The one thing about the world pay for expertise. Become an expert in something. Become an expert in something. Now, I'm becoming an expert in something that's helping others, that's giving other people life, that's giving other people another chance at life, that's making these people live again that haven't laughed in a long time. Like that's what I want to do. And I know that will be able to sustain me. If I'm saying $1 million, am I saying $5 million? No, I'm not. Will I love to be a millionaire? I would love to be a millionaire. If I'm a thousandaire, if I'm 100aire, I'm okay with that. Just long as I'm doing what God put me here to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, I can agree with that, man. And, hey, we're just glad y'all hung out with us today, even with the technical difficulties in the beginning. And I'm just thinking I play a little snippet of this and everything, and it's a fair use. So, because it's always when we play something positive and stuff like that, man. They always a lot of time they want to strike it, especially strike my page and stuff. But that's cool. I'm gonna try to play this just a little bit. A lot of people don't like him because he's straightforward with it, and they don't like him. But I like him. I like him myself. So let me add this to the screen. It's fair use. It's for educational purposes. Fair
I
use,
knew
everybody.
it. I knew it. I
Fair
had that
use.
feeling. I tell you why. After this might be it.
Fair use, y'all. This fair use. And I wanted your pastor preparing you for this. So I might have to speed it up some to get to where I'm trying to get to.
The way to be saved must come to the cross, must be filled with the Spirit, must be pardoned for your sins, must live for Christ, must hear his teachings. This gospel. Not any gospel. Not ministries that put the word gospel on it because it's popular. And this last sign will be the only thing that will help man. And he says, when you see the gospel being preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, you know the end, watch, has come. The scripture tells us in Revelation that during the tribulation period, an angel, I don't know how this is going to happen, so don't ask me, will fly throughout the earth. And the scripture says that angel will preach the everlasting gospel. And God will anoint, Revelation tells us, special evangelists who will travel the whole globe preaching this everlasting gospel. And in the time right before Christ cracks the sky, every person on earth will hear this great message of the Lord Jesus Christ. They will hear this message of the one and only Savior. They will hear this great message that you must repent, you must be saved, you must be filled with the Spirit, you must come to the foot of the same cross, so that in the end, no one will have an excuse. No one will stand before God in the judgment and say, I did not know. No, every person will be held accountable for what they have heard.
Yeah, for what they have heard. Everybody. A lot of people try to
Right.
run from that. They try to run from
Right.
it. He's one of the fastest growing ministries out there. No prosperity at all.
Right.
But he's growing really fast at a rapid pace because he's
Right.
not sugarcoating nothing. He ain't got no suit on. If you hear his life story, he would tell you he was one of them knuckleheads out there on the street.
Right. I'm slowly coming around to him. When he very first started, I was kind of hesitant, but he say a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, he about like Gino. He said, I don't
Yeah.
agree with everything Gino say, but it's just like I don't agree with everything he say, but that's the,
Right.
if you agree with everything somebody say, then there's a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a problem somewhere. But
Right.
what he said, and I know some people might see the title, it's signs of the end. Y'all, I mean, if we look around right now, we see the signs of the end. The end is here. Just can I get to this other part?
Revelation 1, 2, and 3, Jesus is talking about the church. Revelation 4, he says, come up hither. Revelation 5 through 19, 20, no talk of the church until the Lord returns. And so the event on God's prophetic timetable that sets the stage for the coming of the Antichrist and the tribulation is the rapture of the church. The catching away of those of us who are saved. Now watch, there is nothing left on the prophetic timetable for the rapture to happen.
Now I wonder how many people has really. Well, I take that back. I ain't even gonna say how many people, because a lot of people scared to be in the book of Revelation. They're scared of that book. They're scared of that book right there. They'll preach any other, not any other book. They preach on certain books, but they will preach a whole lot of other books except for that.
Mm-hmm.
And when they preach out of Revelation, they go in there trying to pull the scripture out, trying to describe Jesus out of Revelation.
Right.
His hair like wool, feet like
So,
bronze, eyes like fire.
mm-hmm. It's funny you say that, because I felt like you was gonna pull this guy, because from that, he just did a sermon not too long ago, and he spoke about that. He spoke about the complexion of Jesus, and it upset the Hebrew Israelites, and they they approached his church, and I hated it so much how they were heckling his church members as they was walking in and walking out. I didn't like that for nothing. So yeah, that's why he was on top of my mind when he was like, you were gonna speak about it. But like I said, I like him for I haven't listened to him enough to just say, all right, he's legit, but he's giving it. He's giving it his heart. He's giving it his all. I like it. He's a young brother too.
Yeah. Beside him and Gino, who more raw than them two?
Right. That's why I like that rawness. That's what really made me this. I was like, yeah, he raw with it, and he's smart. He's very articulate.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and would tell you, he would tell you about his prison experience when he went
Mm-hmm.
as a young man, and he went down in North Carolina. He was here in North Carolina, went to school down in North Carolina.
Right.
Fair use.
That means the rapture can happen in 10 years, 5 years, next year, next month. Next week. That's how he catches us like a, watch this, thief in the night. And so since the rapture can happen at any time, my question to you is, what are you doing with your time? If the rapture happened 10 years from now, would you be ready? If it happened 5 years from now, would you be ready? If it happened next year, would you be ready? If the rapture happened next week, would you be ready? Would the Lord find you being faithful? Would he find you being faithful with the talents he gave you, the gifts he gave you, your prayers, your time, your children, your home, your marriage? Would the Lord find you being faithful if the rapture happened next gathering? Would he find you faithful?
And we wonder how many would be that.
This is why I don't got time to be distracted. Don't got time to play around. This is why when I kneel to pray, I'm crying out for the lost. This is why when I'm in my prayer room, I'm crying out for those under the banner of 2019, crying out that God would awaken you, crying out that God would set you on fire, crying out God would open your eyes. This is why I'm crying out for your marriages and crying out for your children. This is why you see me being serious about the spread of this gospel, because the rapture can happen at any time. This is why we should be using our prayers, our resources, our talents, our gifts, our abilities, our ministries to do everything we can. Watch this word, together. To push out the gospel as far as we can.
Now I just wonder how many pastors are really preparing people for the end, Neil.
They're not. They're preparing people to go in their pocketbooks. They're not.
That's something serious right there.
That's why. That's why. People like him and Gino, there's targets on their backs because people people look at targets on their back. People look at them coming out and they think, oh, they're doing something wrong. Look at it again. The people who get ridiculed, the people who try to get the people who try to push them to the side, they must, in my mind, they must be saying something right or doing something right for people trying to shut them up. And people trying to like scare them out of doing what they supposed to be doing, because like what he just said, I agree 1,000% with what he just said. But somebody's gonna have a problem with that because it was raw, unfiltered. He showed passion. He was articulate with it. He had the scriptures. He was in Revelations. It was a lot right with that, and I feel that he's doing it from the right place. I feel like he's doing it from the right place. So, yeah, man, kudos to the guy. But people ain't gonna like it, and you know what? I'm gonna call it out right now. You know who's gonna be the ones that's not gonna like it? The ones that's at a church under a pastor. They don't read the Bible themselves. They just listen to whatever the pastor say. They listen to whatever that pastor say. That's gonna be the ones who not like it. The ones who are afraid to open up the Bible and read the word that they're self. The ones who want to look at their pastor as their guy, as their end all be all. They're the ones gonna hate it because you know why? The truth. It makes them feel some kind of way. It irks them when they hear it. So they got to speak out in defense of their pastor. Not knowing if you read the Bible yourself, you would know that your pastor. That's why it's hard for me to go to a lot of churches now, because I should read a whole lot more now, but I read, and it's like I see it. I hear the bull in the pulpit. I hear it. And so why would I stay under that and not try to find somebody that's preaching the truth and that's really, really going after my soul? If you're going after my soul, I should be mad at you because you're telling the truth. Now I got to look at you and make a change in my life. Why you call me out? Thank you for calling me out. But if I'm always clapping and happy, oh, you said that, Pastor. Ooh, that was a good word. Thank you for that's if you're that type of person, you need to check and see if that word is real. If you go to church every Sunday and you ain't been convicted once, you ain't been convicted by the word, but you're leaving always happy and always excited and always thinking that you're right, always thinking that you're good, you might need to find a new church.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Because what he said right there was so powerful. It's so funny because I listened to Gino the other day and he said similar what he just said, but he also said he said it Gino said it in a little more raw form. He said, "Are you ready to die?" He said, "Are you ready? If you were to die right now, are you ready? If God was to come back right now, if Jesus was to come back right now, are you ready?" And I was just like, it kind of got me too, because people, we don't think that. We don't think if we was to die right now, are we ready to go to heaven? Every person I don't believe there's one person sitting in the church thinking that they're going to hell. They think just because they open that church, they clapping, they giving their 10%, they cool, they good. And that's why I like that. What he just did, instead of telling you that you're going to hell or telling you that you're not going to make, he forced you to think for yourself. He said the rapture is coming. If the rapture was going to be here 5 weeks or tomorrow, would you be ready? Now you got to go home and you got to do some soul searching.
Yep.
We live in what we living in right now. I ain't gonna bring up no particular people right now, but we got kids, grown people that's dying left and right. Classmates, I got I counted, because you remember I called you the other night and I told you about what just happened. Yeah. I counted in my head right now at 37. All together, I have over 15 friends that's either passed away for whatever reason or locked up doing 20 years or more. And I'm like, it's just gonna happen. It could be me. These people, I used to hang with these people. I'm thinking that God is about to give me a long, lavish life. I think that I have time. I think I have time to get my life together. I'm pretty sure he thought he had time to get his life together, and boom, it happened. I'm pretty sure my friend thought he had time. He had time to get it together. But now he gone and he ain't got time. The question is, did he get it together? So I'm like, y'all, man, y'all look, man, your life is precious. Your life is precious. And you need to get your life straight right now. And getting it straight is asking yourself them questions. Are you ready? Are you ready for that day? You're trying to look, you're trying to build a life. And I'm sorry for going, I done woke up just a little bit.
No,
You're
that's
trying,
fine. Go ahead.
you're trying to build a life on this earth, and it can be taken away from you in 3 seconds right now, in 2 seconds, in 1 second. I just said that, and somebody in this world just passed away. And you're trying to build a life like you're here forever, like you can stay here eternally. Don't be afraid of Revelations. Read it, because you go read Revelations, you will know you're not going to be here forever. And you're trying to build a life like you're not going to pass away, like you're not going to die, when you're supposed to be building a life, an afterlife. You're supposed to be building, you're supposed to be getting yourself together now so you can live all eternity in his presence afterwards. Or you might just want to be living in eternal damnation down in hell. That could be your choice. I don't know. I'm leaving it right there, because y'all might want to strike this video after what I just said. But we ain't got nothing in there.
I'm so used to my page being struck, man. It don't even matter now, And I hope they don't, because it's for some reason every time I play certain videos, they wanna strike it. What you just said, Neil, that is so true. I agree with that right there, 100. And just to add just a little something to that,
Come on with it.
people, I don't care. I don't care what your pastor have said. And this just me. And this is me talking right here. I don't care what your pastor have said. He cannot see in no heaven. He do not have the eyes to see. I see them walking around, and you don't see that. You don't see none of that. I don't care how clean, as Ricky Smiley said, you casket sharp. I don't care how sharp you are laying that casket. That's not going to get you there. I don't care about all the good that they say at your funeral in that eulogy. It's not going to get you there. Whatever your dash, however you live your dash, that's in between your birth date and your death date, that tells your story. If your heart ain't together, you don't have no relationship with him, you ain't gonna go. I don't care I don't care what your pastor say. You could be this good person, ain't never done no wrong. They still go to hell too, because they don't have no relationship. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that part right there, but it's so true. See, that's because a lot of y'all don't read. You like Neil said, you just go by what the pastor say. I don't care if it's your mama or your daddy. I wouldn't care if it was my mom and daddy or my sister and brother. It wouldn't matter. I got to read that book for myself. I got to get in there for myself. Y'all love to attack the LGBTQ community, but you want to attack these pastors over here that's having babies out of wedlock and they are married. But you love to attack those. And you know why? Because that's an easy target. Yes, it's wrong. Yes, it's wrong. But also, here your minister sit up under you, got somebody pregnant, having an affair with somebody, sleeping around with somebody.
Church.
In the church. You messing with all the women in the church. But see, you don't want to attack that. Oh, he just made a mistake. Everything is a spirit. If you want to be true with it. Everything is a spirit. But I don't care how good they preach at that funeral. That does not get them into heaven. You cannot go to heaven if you've been a hell raiser all the way up until the day that you died. That is not going to get you there. He could say all this nice stuff. Oh, he was so good. Oh, she was so good. But you raised hell all the way to the day you died. How was you good? And I'm not picking at nobody or talking about nobody specifically. But it's not. See, it's too much of that type of preaching going on at funerals. And I get it because you want the family to feel comfortable and all that. And I get that part. But what about their soul for real? Because and a lot of pastors love to preach that when the thief was on the cross and when Jesus said, on this day you will be in paradise with me. A lot of people say, well, you just wait till your deathbed and just confess and you're going to make it in. That could be, that I would give that a percentage of truth. But what if you don't make it to that deathbed confession? And if it's not sincere, what are you saying anyway then?
It got to be sincere. That's the key.
Got to be sincere.
Think you can just say that from your mouth. Nah, it has to be sincere.
It's got to be.
So I'm sorry for hijacking right there. That's the scary part. That's the scary part because you guys think that you can just, like you said, that deathbed confession. You think that you can just say before you die, I receive and believe him in my heart. No, it. Do you know it takes time, especially a grown person? It takes just a little bit of time to truly convert. Sometimes miraculous things can happen. Something happened in your life and you just get it. But if you've been living your life the way you've been living your life, and then you know you're about to die, and that's what you say, I ain't judging you, but sometimes I'll probably call cap on that. I'll probably call cap on. For real.
And since you said about judging, let me throw this nugget in there with it for right quick.
Go ahead with it. We love these nuggets and monkey wrenches. We love all of that.
You know, a lot of people say, well, I don't judge. You can't judge me and all this kind of stuff. But if I go in that Bible and show you that scripture that said, if I can judge you as long as I do it righteously.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. As long as I do it righteously. That's Bible. But see, y'all don't hear that at the church.
Mm-hmm. Because what it say? What it say? Don't judge, or you too will be judged. They love throwing that scripture. You know, that scripture is mostly used for people who don't even read the Bible. They know that though.
Yeah.
They know that. But but you need to keep reading. Like keep reading that. Let me say that. If I am a man of the cloth, if I am a man after God, after his own heart, if I am the image of God, then it is my job and my duty to try to get you from where you at over to God's side. And I'm just saying this straight and bold because I'm tired, guys. I ain't trying to make this stuff sound nice. So in order for me to get you over to God's side, there will be judging taking place. Because in order to attack the problem, I have to be able to here's the thing, I have to be able to discern what I see. And in discerning in what I see will be a little bit of judging. Why is this person doing this? Why this is a part of their life and stuff? Here's the problem. You ain't never met nobody that just confronted you in your problems. And now you don't want to get rid of your problem. So you fight tooth and nails to keep your problem going on in your life when somebody who really care about you and love about you is trying to get you to do right. Because like what he just said, the rapture can be tomorrow for you and you won't have no time to get it right. So if I love you and I see something in your life that's killing you, what do you want me to do about it? You don't want me to judge you so ultimately God can use me to save you? I'm gonna give you this example and be done with it. I heard this. Imagine, I'm gonna use Carl. Imagine Carl walking down the road, right? He's walking down the road, and there's a 2-story house. On the first floor, there's a wife, there's a husband, there's 3 kids, and they sitting at the table and they eating. But on the second floor is on fire. and the pillars is about to crash down on you. So if your house is on fire and Carl walking, would you want Carl to run in your house and save you? Or do you just want him to allow that house to crumble down on top of you and your entire family? I ain't even gonna say nothing about that. Please get the analogy.
I hope y'all heard that.
How do I get woken up at the end? At the end, I get woken up.
Yeah, but that's what we have come to, y'all. This is where we're at now. It's really life and death. No devil can put you in hell. Put yourself there. All he is a great influencer. If he can influence you to do all this stuff, that's what he do. He's very crafty. He can't put you there, but he can help lead you the way there if you allow him to. Don't play with your life. Christian folks, don't play with your life. If you're saved, be saved. If you're gonna do right, do right. Yes, you're gonna bump your head. We all know that. We all make mistakes. We all do. A lot of us make mistakes every day. But when it comes to doing the funerals and stuff like that, and I get it when these pastors try to sugarcoat it and make it sound good, make it sound nice, because the parents are already or the family is already hurting and crying and stuff like that. But really, a funeral is supposed to be preached to us that's still living.
Mm-hmm.
My pastor always have always taught us, former pastor always taught us, there are 3 levels to a message. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. You're in there somewhere. If you're not in there somewhere, there's a problem, like Neil said earlier. So it's a problem because in that message, you somewhere in there. You may not be at the beginning, you may not be at the end, but you somewhere in that middle. You are somewhere in those messages. So it doesn't matter how good a person you are.
Right.
And the sad truth, everybody is not going to heaven.
Mm-mm.
The question is, are you gonna go? Same way people said, you can go to hell, you can go to hell, you go to hell. I remember some people told me that one time, Neil. I said, better make sure you don't beat me there then.
Ah.
and it stopped them in their tracks. They looked at me. I said, don't beat me there. If I'm going, don't beat me there. We all got a chance right now. And like Pastor Phillips said, if it happened, and like you just said, if it happened in the next few minutes, would you be ready?
Mm. Right.
And see, I know and understand when it comes this type of talk right here. A lot of people tune this right here out. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear the drama. They want to hear the mess. They want to hear the scandalous that's going on. They want to hear all the conniving. They want to watch all the booty shaking videos, and they want to watch all the boots on the ground videos, and they want to watch all the fights and videos, and people doing this videos, and people shooting this and videos, and they want to watch all that right there. But when it comes to serious in your time, it's your time. You can keep believing there is no such thing as that. There's no such thing as heaven and hell. You keep believing that if you want to. That's your choice, though. That ain't for me to do. Neil, what you got, man? So we can get out of here.
I want you to play that link I just sent you. It's only about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I want to play this. This is from one of my favorite movies. And here's the thing. This lady that's speaking in the entire movie, she is senile. She had Alzheimer's. She don't even remember her kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I seen this, man.
Okay, yeah. I'm saying this for the crowd.
Yeah.
She don't even remember her kids. And her son is sitting there, and he really don't even come see her. He is about money. He is about power. He's admitted in the movie that he is mean. He is a bad person, and he have the world. And he was like, but you is the nicest woman, and you is a woman of God, but you're sitting here and can't even remember me. And let's watch it from there. I just wanted to
Keep talking. Let me
paint
see
that
can I
picture for you.
see can I get it up here. It's trying to
Okay.
act funny.
While you getting it up
Yeah,
there, put
I
put
remember
put
this, man.
put that message. Put that message. That Connie put up for me.
But that right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this. I asked her a question. I said, Connie, what is the one thing pastors preach about that is completely wrong? And she said, not telling people about formation and adultery. Probably, I think she probably meant
Fornication. Yeah.
yeah,
Fornication.
fornication. Not telling people about fornication and adultery. Never preaches about that. But I know that is not only sin, but I attend church mostly every Sunday, and they never preach about that. Why? They never preach about that. Why scares the members go on? They're probably scared the members gonna leave. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. They don't. Most churches do not preach about the things that's gonna step on toes and that's gonna crush people's hearts because they don't want the members to leave. They don't. And if they do this, members are going to leave, but members' lives can possibly be saved. And that's my thing is that, like, if you start telling the truth, then you'll start seeing who are truth with their life. But while you're giving them cotton candy and Jolly Ranchers and Slurpees, ain't nobody gonna leave. Ain't nobody
Nope.
gonna leave. Feel me?
Nope. Nobody.
Yeah. But yeah, this clip that's coming up, guys, is powerful. Just one of my favorite clips. Sometimes I just go back to watch this just to put myself in proper perspective and check myself, make sure I'm doing good. I'm for real. I'm for
You have
real.
to, man. You
Because
have to.
when I saw this clip, I got scared because I never heard a message like that. Like, I'm a type of person, you can tell me bold and direct. I'm cool with bold and direct. But when you start speaking in parables and making me think deeper, oh, oh, you making me look in the mirror like, oh man, hold on. Why you say that for, man? Come on. All right. Here you go, guys.
It's a fair use, y'all. You know, Facebook, I hope you don't take none of these videos down. Not trying to profit nothing off this. Fair use. Fair use, everybody.
I don't even know what I'm doing here. I mean, it's not like you even know who I am. You prayed and believed your whole life. Never done anything wrong. And here you are. You're the nicest person I know. I am the meanest. You have dementia. My life is perfect. Explain that to me.
Sometimes the devil allows people to live a life free of trouble because he doesn't want them turning to God. Their sin is like a jail cell, except it's all nice and comfy, and there doesn't seem to be any need to leave. The door's wide open. Till one day, time runs out. The cell door slams shut. And suddenly, it's too late. Who did you say you were?
Mm. Mm. She put it in a nutshell right there.
Got you. I'm about to say, you know what got me is, I don't know if you noticed that clock ticking in the background.
Yes.
God, like that clock ticking, that was symbolic for that scene. And like you said, she put it in a nutshell. And that's how God gets you. Like when you out ministering, people want you to tell you details and get you details and details, and you're trying to save them. When God just wants you to give a message, He gave a powerful message. It was short, sweet, and concise, and that's all He needed. God.
And y'all, I know y'all heard the clock ticking like we did. That's a representation of time is running, and it's running out. It's ticking away. The question is, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna
Are
do?
you ready?
Are you ready to walk out of your jail cell? That's open. Boy, when she said a jail cell, it's comfy, comfortable, and seems no need to leave. Are y'all ready to walk out of that? See, that's symbolic. That's just an example. What jail cell? What jail cell you're sleeping in right now? What jail cell? What bed are you laying in that you can just walk out right now? Because you can make a decision to walk out. When she said that, but when it closed and it's locked. What that mean? I'm not gonna tell you. I want you to feel it. When it's closed and it's locked, what you think that means? And you can't get out.
Closing is locked. What is that?
I'm gonna say this. I know this is for the movie, but that had to strike the guy because this is his mother, and she ain't spoke that clear in years. And he over there, he didn't even know why he there. And for her to speak that clear, that profound, it had to strike his heart.
Had to.
I'd be sweating out of that suit. That was me. I'm real. I'm talking on it, but I'm just listening to that. It got me over here like that. Like I said, that gets me all the time, man. Oh man.
Every time, man. That's something, bro. That's something for real. But man, we're gonna get on up out of here, man.
Thank you with it. Let's go.
So we can lay it down, man. What you got going on, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm gonna keep it real short and simple. You guys know I have the GoFundMe. You guys know I have I'm working on some other stuff.
That in the chat, man.
I am, man. I be forgetting, man. Like, you see, honestly, look, guys, there's so much that we want to do, but me and Carl, we was well, I can't say about him, but I know I was rushing getting here.
Yeah, I was too.
I done been up since 5 o'clock with no nap through the day, and I'm exhausted. And it's all. And I pulled 14 hours at my job today. So I'm sorry, but I do have to put it. I'm gonna make a note just so I can just do it at the beginning. But I have that, and dude, I want to talk about this one day, but I'm really getting into AI. I'm really getting into AI.
It's taking over.
It's taking over, and I'm really getting into it to the point to where I know it's next up. I'm scared, but it's one of them fears that I know that I have to do, just because I believe if you don't use AI, you're gonna get left behind.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I got going on.
Y'all better learn. Y'all better learn this stuff.
I do want to give a shout out to my baby, Coco. It's her birthday tomorrow. We're gonna have a beautiful day. Yeah, we're gonna have a beautiful day. So
well, let me change that. Since I know a lot of y'all don't read. Technically, according to the Bible, it's already the next day. Technically, it started in the evening.
Starting in the evening.
Morning. Yeah.
You're right. You know they gave a I don't even know who want to go. I just did this research. Don't we got more months than what it was supposed to be?
It's supposed to have been 13.
Oh, so they took a month away. Okay, yeah. I knew it was more. It was more they took away. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because you know what? Anyway, that's a whole nother. I can't even start. But yeah, birthday tomorrow. Took off work just so we could spend all day tomorrow. And like I said, I took off work. I'm about to be off for the next 5 days. So we good, man. I'm good. Appreciate everybody. Social media. I am Cornelius Dunlap, and yeah, we out.
Man,
what you got going
on, man? Hey, we will be back on Sunday. We're gonna be talking about. I got to find that Brandon gonna do one, but if not, I know I'll be on. We're gonna be talking about gun violence. You heard about the recent shooting in Anson County, haven't you?
Yeah. I want to be on that because I didn't want to change the path of what we were speaking about. But like the recent two, I kind of knew these guys. And I would want to give background, context, and just a little bit more than what the average person don't know.
I know, man. So
let me know.
So y'all, we will be on. If he don't do, I'll let you know the time. Because if he don't do one, I do normally come on around 5 then. I try to get in a little early. But yeah, I'll let you know. Y'all know it's real talk conversations, and we put it in the background right quick.
There it is.
In the background, that's it right there. And we will be back on because it's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. It's no joke out here. It's for real. Y'all keep thinking it's not a joke out here. It's not a joke. And these young people think it's a joke, but it's not a joke, y'all. It's not a joke. But y'all just keep an eye out for the flyer because I'm like a flyer for it for Sunday, and I find out if Brandon gonna do one. If not, we'll be back on at 5 o'clock Sunday on Real Talk Conversation. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in with us tonight on Open Mic Night. Through the difficulties of the technical difficulties. I got to check out what's going on. But see, Neil, I've been sharing the videos and everything. Guess what from?
What's that?
Off my computer. Now see, it's working. That's why I've been sharing the video from. Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know what's going on. Man. I'll just say do an update on it.
I'm gonna do an update and everything on it, man. But everybody, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank you for sitting down with us and your input and everything. So, Neil, if it ain't nothing else, bro.
Nothing else.
If it ain't nothing else, man, y'all, we see y'all Sunday, nothing else, and we'll holler at y'all.